Thank you for joining us. I'd like to call today's Sports Authority Board of Directors meeting to order. It has been a tremendous weekend for the city, and certainly want to acknowledge and congratulate everyone that pulled together to make the NFL Draft a historic event. I think it was estimated that there were over 600,000 attendees that participated in the three-day event. I'm still a little hoarse from being one of those. My family enjoyed it. And I think it's just another instance of where Nashville has proved to the world that we are truly a sports and entertainment destination. So congratulations, especially to the Titans organization. It was extremely impressive and certainly made us all proud. Thank you to the Sounds for hosting us. It's always nice to be back at the ballpark. Adam Noose and Doug Scopel, thank you to your team for having us. We also have a new board member with us today, Erin McGee. Erin is replacing Kalat Hamas, who he's filling her unexpired term and was approved by the council on April 2nd. Erin is from the Antioch area and formerly was the executive director of the Youth Life Learning Center and is in project management currently, and we're honored to have you with us and look forward to serving with you. As you know, the appeals process for any action of this board can be found at the top of today's agenda. We have our March meeting minutes in our packet. Hopefully everyone's had an opportunity to review. At this time, we would entertain a motion for approval of the meeting minutes.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion and properly seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The minutes are approved. And Monica Fucknotson will give us actually before Monica gives the executive director's report, one other thing to note, we also had the Music City Marathon this weekend, and our other newest board member, Dan Hogan, was one of the runners. I don't know if anyone else on the board attended or participated, but congratulations to your first
First and last.
half. Is that correct?
Correct.
And yesterday was the kids rock and roll marathon, and also pleased to announce that Monica's son Clayton finished third in his age group.
Oh, wow.
So with that, I'll pitch it over to Monica, the proud mama.
He is very excited. He said, now I know how a champion feels.
All right.
So, good morning. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Just to echo what Ken said, it was a phenomenal weekend, and Mayor Briley was on 102.5 The Game this morning talking about it. And then the Titans announced this morning that in addition to the 600,000 fans that came through over the weekend, there were 47.5 million viewers. So it was really just an unbelievable weekend, and we do thank the Titans, the NCVC. I want to thank Quentin and the mayor's office, especially Vince Committee, for all the work they did, and of course Brasher, Burbank, and Stewart Parking. It was absolutely a tremendous amount of coordination and work, but very, very successful. You have the agenda before you. I'm not going to walk you through it, but as you look at it, if you have any questions, then this would be a great time to ask them. There are a couple of things that I want to mention with regards to our parking manager. PMC Parking Management Company recently, as in the last month or so, acquired Stewart Parking. I've had multiple conversations with Brasher, and I've met the PMC team. Brasher and his team are going to be remaining with PMC, and I think they feel really good about the transition. But I wanted to let you know that there had been a change there and give Brasher an opportunity to, is he still here? Oh, there he is, to come on up. And as he makes his way up, I would just say that our contract with Stewart does have an assignment provision, and so we are working through that with Metro Purchasing right now, and we'll give you updates.
I'll try to be as eloquent as possible. I'm still hungover from the marathon and the draft. No, this is a good day for our company. Our owner, former owner, Eddie Stewart, turned 65 this year and is retiring and semi-retiring. I don't know if he'll ever fully retire, but this was a good fit. It was a mutual choice. I was given ownership of the original company, and we sold to PMC. A lot of great synergies. They're a Nashville company, headquartered here, founded here, been in business for 26 years here in town. Not really in our space, but they are intrigued by that, but they also share commitment to the employees and the desire to provide great customer service as we do for you guys here for so many years. And yeah, we're all happy. It's not another large national parking company that's going to gobble us up and chew us out, or spit us out. But they're focused on our clients, and they're focused on our employees, and they want to make sure this is a smooth transition. And happy to answer any questions about that, but we're excited. This is a good day for us. It's a new chapter. We're looking forward to continuing the contract here and providing great service, and just thankful for all of your support over the years, and we'll continue to provide great service for you. And I'm staying on board 100% definitely, along with our staff, Dinah and Balthazar and Matt and Lillian. They have all bought into the culture, and we're excited about that. Anything else I can share? If any of our members of our executive team need to come and say hello, we're happy to do that as well. But other than that, we'll just answer any questions.
Thank you, Brasher. Any
And
questions?
you'll continue to function under Stewart Parking?
As of right now, there is obviously a cost associated in changing brands, but they love our logo, they love our brand, they love our just our history, and so as of right now, we're going to operate as a DBA under PMC. That probably will change at some point. I don't know if that's 2 years from now or 10 years from now, but we will stay as a subsidiary of PMC.
So do I understand correctly that Metro has a contract and will receive new contracts and
So
So we-
they
so-
will.
for approval?
At this point, we don't think anything, Margaret, correct me if I'm wrong, we don't think anything needs to come to the board for approval, but we're in the process of assigning the contract over to PMC.
The contract actually has been assigned, I believe. We're working on, we just went through the RFP process for the next 5-year term. There were some legal things that we needed to change up in that agreement to make it under PMC, and I think that ball is rolling. I think we're pretty close to closing and signing on that. I would say
We're just waiting for the word from Metro Purchasing, but we're in good shape.
yeah, I would say by the next board meeting, everything will be complete.
Thank you, Brasher.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Also, just a couple more things. Piedmont Gas will begin work next week over at the stadium, drilling under Korean Veterans Bridge to remove old 6-inch gas piping, and they're going to replace it with 12-inch piping. So they'll be over in the grassy area near Victory and South 2nd Street. So just wanted to make you aware of that in case someone says, what's going on over at the stadium? I think it'll probably take around 30 days, could take a little bit longer, but Quentin and Piedmont Gas and Bob Flynn, everybody's coordinating and we're working through that. And then Metro Legal has drafted a right of entry agreement for the project, so we have brought them in as well. But that's just an FYI. A couple of dates to note. Tomorrow, Mayor Briley will present the annual State of Metro address, and that begins at 10 o'clock over at the downtown library, and we hope you can come. And then also our budget hearing with the Metro Council has been scheduled for May 8th at 5:15 over in the council chambers. Are there any questions? That's all I've got.
Thank you, Monica. Earlier this morning, our Finance Committee met, and our chair, Mr. Glassmeyer, John Glassmeyer, will give us a committee report
Great, thank you very much.
this morning. Thank you.
We had a few items for consideration and then some other presentations. The first item that was approved by the Finance Committee is the 2019 CMA Music Festival parking contractor and associated expenses. We have Chris Harrington. Is Chris still here? If we have any questions, Chris represents CMA. Monica, did you have anything you wanted to add to the CMA parking?
No, I do not.
Any questions for Chris on this? The Finance Committee recommended approval.
So the Finance Committee recommends approval for the consideration of the 2019 CMA Festival parking contractor and associated expenses. We go through this process every year, and if there are no questions, I believe the board, yes, we would entertain a motion if you'd like to make one. Motion for approval?
I move approval.
Second.
Motion and properly seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It is approved.
All right, the second item we had was consideration of approval of a new FTE position for the Sports Authority. There's items discussed here between an administrator and a manager. The recommendation from the Finance Committee was for the manager position. We feel like with Bob Blackie eventually retiring and him available for training, we want to get somebody in there at the highest caliber. So the recommendation, again, from the Finance Committee is for a manager position. Monica, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, for those of you who were not in the Finance Committee, I've had several conversations this year with Finance Director Talia Lomax O'Neill and also with the Mayor's office. And those conversations have been centered around this department's need for an in-house, high-level finance manager. And so as we talk through that, I think the consensus is that this should be a position that is funded from the Arena Revenue Fund as opposed to the Metro General Fund. So as we go through the budget process, this is a budget request that has no fiscal impact to the Metro budget. And currently there is some finance employees whose salary is partly subsidized from this fund. So this is no different from anything that we've done, but clearly we've got a lot going on around here, and we think it would be very helpful to have our own high-level finance manager. And so that is the request that is before you. As Chairman Glassmeyer said, the committee's recommendation was that it would be a finance manager position as opposed to a finance administrator, which is just a higher level position. So that's what we'll be working through, and should the board approve this, and we will work with Metro HR and the Civil Service Commission and work on a job description and just go through that process.
Are there any questions?
Move approval.
Second.
Motion and properly seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we're ready for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? None? Okay, that is approved as well. That gets, I believe,
So the other items, they're necessarily on the agenda, but the other items we discussed, we had the Bridgestone Capital Fund, so we presented a list of the items. They'll be coming back to us for SIF approval in May. That's the plan. From the Bridgestone Arena, we also had a list of the SIF items for, or the capital funding projects from the Titans. So those were just presented to us. Nothing was moved for
No
approval
action.
at this time.
and the next Finance Committee meeting would be...
We don't have it scheduled, but in May is the plan.
Okay. All right. Any questions of Finance? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Moving along, at this time, we will receive an MLS Stadium update. I believe Mr. Ron Goebel will give us that report. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If any of you have not been by the fairgrounds lately, I encourage you to drive by. The first phase, as you'll recall, is constructing an expo facility. That facility, we have roughly 100,000 square feet under roof, still hoping to have functions in those new properties late summer. The Fair Park out there, which is an area that's going to be used for some parking during big events, as well as soccer fields during non-big events, is open and looks good. And I think they have one of the most used dog parks in the city right now. So that's going well. For the MLS, now that they have their operations staff on board, they're doing a deep dive into the design, working a lot on back of house, how materials flow, things like that, those kind of details, and they're progressing nicely and still consistent with what they discussed at the last meeting. For the infrastructure project, we had an RFP went out for designers. We got design firms. We got 5 very good proposals. First round of evaluation has been complete. Purchasing is doing their due diligence, and it's still our hope to bring you back a recommendation with a contract and fees for the May board meeting. And that's an overview. Do I have any questions?
Any questions for Ron? Thank you.
Thank you.
Bridgestone Arena will give us an update. I believe Mr. Clayton, the organization, Kyle Clayton, is with us to give that report.
Good morning. Yeah, I just wanted to touch base, Kyle Clayton, Bridgestone Arena. I just wanted to touch base on a capital project that we brought forward. Actually, we were communicated in November, but wanted to bring it forward and let you know that we expedited to get this one through for special reasons. We have 4 static billboards that are on Broadway, and Broadway kind of changed classifications, and it allowed us to go after a permit to classify those as LED billboards. And so through that process, we started working with the CVC and the mayor's office and a couple other organizations, and it was really encouraged to try to get these done before the NFL draft and the Rock and Roll Marathon, because it's one of those that as Broadway becomes more and more available for pedestrian traffic for special events like that, these Broadway billboards will really impact that whole area and really enhance the city, able to expand it further up Broadway to get some of that alleviation as you get further down towards First. So through that process, we were able to get that completed. It was actually live on Tuesday. We were able to push graphics to it, and then obviously Thursday night for the draft, it was able to be produced. And then for the marathon on Saturday, actually runners were able to drive by or run by and actually see the camera shots as it was up there. So it was really an exciting project. We had that originally planned in phase 2 of our AV project, but obviously due to the situation with the events this past weekend, we were able to go ahead and get that in place and produce that before our original schedule. But just want to make sure you guys were aware of that and let you know and try to be as transparent as possible with that process. I'm happy to answer any questions related to our wonderful new billboards.
Any questions? Seen?
No questions, but every time I turned my TV on, I saw them, and they looked good and they worked good. So Nashville was on the money.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. That brings us to our facility questions portion of our agenda. And if there are any other questions of the Preds or the Titans organization, we would entertain those at this time. The Predators, the Titans are probably exhausted and hoarse and not able to present anymore, but they certainly did a tremendous job this weekend, and again, congratulations. If there are no questions, we will move on to our host and receive the First Tennessee Park report. Looks like Adam Noose is teeing us up.
Good morning. My name's Adam Noose, General Manager here with the Nashville Sounds, and on behalf of our owner, Frank Ward, and our entire staff, welcome to beautiful First Tennessee Park. Partial, but I think it's best minor league park in all of the country. 160 teams, and certainly proud of it. here. Like you said, proud of the Titans for the NFL draft. We work really hard all year round to try to get 600,000 fans to our ballpark, and they showed that they can do that in 3 days. So pretty impressive of what they do, and I think we can certainly appreciate the work there. And then also to the Preds, we love cheering them on and rooting them on from down the road, and sad to see their season come to an end, but certainly excited for all the fun that's happened. It's been a lot has happened since we had an opportunity to present last time. Back in it might be old news now, but we switched from the Oakland A's to the Texas Rangers this offseason as our affiliate, so they control all of our players on the field, our managers. They've been a great asset to this community already, really active in the community, doing some good things. It was a fun process because during that process, there's 4 teams that were available: the Milwaukee Brewers, Washington Nationals, Oakland A's, and Texas Rangers. And all 4 of them were dying to come to Nashville, and it's because of the city and all the great things that are happening here. Everybody wanted to be here. We were the prettiest girl at the dance, so everybody was giving us their best pitch on why they needed to be here. So we were in a good spot, picked the Texas Rangers because they were big on trying to expand their footprint to this area, and they're doing a great job with it. Next was rebrand that we announced at one of these briefly that we were going to do the rebrand. We have a quick video here on how that went.
This logo is where it's at. I really dig that.
Rebound's amazing. I love it. The best hat right here. Damn.
I'm digging the new colors, the new logos. It's really cool.
The logo is my favorite.
I really like it. I like the colors. I think it's cool, and I kind of like the historic touch to it. And I love the TriStar home plate.
Yeah, I really like the colors. I like how they put in the old school Soulfidel, some of the changes in the logo.
I love it. It's a throwback. It's classic. It's clean. Looks great. You know, I'd be proud to wear it.
So we partnered with a company called Rare Design, and they really specialize in all the NBA rebrand. And I thought the NBA's done such a great job of rebranding lately, and they really captured a lot of what we wanted to do with the history here and of the ballpark, and certainly trying to hit that millennial generation a little bit. It's been a huge success. We've broken just about all of our records on merchandise. The home plate with the TriStar in it hat, we can't even keep them on the shelves. So it's been a really popular hat and something that we're certainly proud of. Then fast forward a little bit, we were able to have a Rangers exhibition game, first time at this ballpark and first time in 20 years, and again broke every record that we had for attendance, merchandise. Again, we almost tripled our goal, our previous record in merchandise on that one game, but every record that we had was broken that day, and we even had a little bit of rain to start, and that didn't scare people off. So have a little recap video on that as well. So that was a fun event for us, and then today we're opening up the ballpark. Yes,
And that game you won.
Right.
You beat
minor detail.
Rangers, right?
Yes, we did win that game, and just a testament to the game of baseball. It's a crazy sport that you never know when it. And the talent that's here, we started the season with 19 guys that have already been in the big leagues, so the talent that's here is unbelievable, and we might not be winning as much as we should right now, but the talent's there, and you never know when you face off in a game of baseball. But this is our third homestand starting today, and you'll see a lot of different things that we've started doing this year. Tomorrow we'll have Tail Wagging Tuesday, so every Tuesday this year you can bring your dogs to the ballpark against everything Doug believes in. His crew's the one that has to clean up after a lot of it, so we had to fight for dogs at the ballpark every Tuesday. But the folks here in Germantown absolutely love it. You see them coming all down the streets with their dogs, and it's been a big hit. This weekend we're going to be changing our name temporarily to the Vihuelas, and that's the small guitar and a mariachi band. But the Vihuelas will be a pink and navy, teal, all sorts of wild colors for this weekend. But it's an initiative that minor league baseball is doing to really reach out to that Hispanic community and the Hispanic heritage. There's a handful of teams in minor league baseball doing it, but it ranges across the entire country, and we get to be part of it this year. So this weekend we'll be changing it. If you hear it, it's just temporary, so don't panic. We certainly love the sounds. And then if you're not on a calorie count, there's a amazing new burger that we have made that's 2 honey buns, replace the buns of the burger, and then you put the cheeseburger in the middle. So I don't know what the official calorie count on it, but it's absolutely amazing and something that you should certainly come enjoy. We have a quick video of
The burger?
not of the burger. And Doug will talk more about our players here in a little bit, but 2 of my favorite players that are here is a kid named Coben and Colby, and they're both 11 years old, and they're our honorary players this year, and they're both Vanderbilt patients. One has just beat cancer, one's going through cancer right now, and it's amazing to get to know these players, but they have access to our team all year round. They have their own uniforms. When you come out to a game and you watch our starting lineup get put up, they have their own headshots, moving headshots. They're part of our team and something that's we've been doing for 3 years now, but Destiny will talk more about the great things that we're doing in the community, and that's just one of them that's always my favorite. You get to know these kids and their stories, and they throw out a first pitch and just really get to be part of our team, and always fun. Then finally, we talked earlier about our goal is to get 600,000 fans here to the ballpark, but this year our goal is 1.2 million. So that's through all the events that we're doing. Hopefully 600,000, hopefully a new record for the Sounds from a baseball standpoint, but then with our partnership with Nashville SC and the growing demand for their product, and then an event that we'll be hosting that we're going to announce in July. So act surprised when it comes out. They said we could talk about it, but it's called Glow, and it's a huge Christmas light festival that's going to be here from Thanksgiving through New Year's, and there's going to be 7 million Christmas lights. There's going to be ice skating rink, all sorts of fun stuff here at the ballpark. There's one similar that the Seattle Mariners did, and they had 300,000 people come this last year. So it's a big event. It should be a lot of fun, and Doug will talk more with a photo, I think maybe a couple photos, but combined with all of those, we hope to get to 1.2 million. And 2 years ago, we ended the year about 550,000 come through the ballpark. So more than double over the last couple of years, making some good progress. And hopefully, like our friends with the Titans and Preds, hopefully we can keep you guys proud of what's happening here at First Tennessee Park. So with that, Destiny? We have an absolute all-star on our staff. She's always fun to listen to at this, but she's active in the community, does a great job. Destiny
Margaret
Whitmore.
has it.
I have a question about the team, because you mentioned there's a slow start, and I just want to hear a little bit about the team and the 19 guys who play professionally here now in AAA. Just tell us about the team, maybe why you think where you are, and your hopes for the team doing well down the road.
So Doug will talk a little bit more about them, but when we sign with the Texas Rangers, they control everything that we do. So it's nice for me to be able to point fingers at them when we're not winning. But there's great guys. There's a couple from Nashville. There's a lot of talent there. They should come around. Luckily, we play a 140-game season, so things change pretty quickly. But there's unbelievable. Tim Dillard lives down in Franklin, and he's got a huge Twitter following and really putting a big stamp on Nashville, letting people see kind of the great things that are happening here. We also have a guy named Chase Darno.
See the picture?
He's a pitcher, yep. Chase Darno has also got a big Instagram following, and he has a video of his path called Journeyman, and it talks a lot about just that grind of being a minor league baseball player. And he's been to the big leagues played with the Giants and the Braves, and now he's back down trying to work his way back up. But a lot of great stories behind these guys, and they've been, as you'll hear from Destiny, they've been very active in the community, and that's all we can ask for. Be involved with our fans and keep people happy.
Who are the people from Nashville?
We have Tim Dillard. We have Zach Curtis from Hendersonville. We had another kid from Lipscomb. Is he still on our team? He might have dropped back down. But
Have there been a lot of roster changes since the first of the year? Just trying to get guys.
That's pretty much the story of our life in minor league baseball. And it's completely out of our control, so we get an email saying, this guy's moving up, this guy's getting cut, this guy's going down. So it's tough for us because we have to help facilitate moving them around, but you get attached to these guys, and then the Rangers decide they want them.
Where's the Rangers AA facility?
In Frisco, Texas. So they're, I think last I looked, they were first in the Texas League, and then the two minor league teams below them in single A are both in first or second. So they're telling us that all the talent's coming up, so we're crossing our fingers. All right, we'll hand it over to Destiny, and she'll wow you from here.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Destiny Whitmore. I am our Community Relations Manager. So I have the privilege of kind of doing all the things off the field, which is always fun and unique to when people hear we work for the Sounds. And we, like Adam said, it's been a minute since we've seen you guys last and kind of updated you. So I'm going to start with a video, just kind of a 2018 recap, and a little bit about what we did last year, and then we'll do a recap of our off season and where we are now and some things we're really looking forward to. Did I cut it off? Having technical difficulties today. Also, my font's a little crazy because we have a new fun font. But just to give you an off-season recap for us, we have really been kind of, because we have so much change in our players and in the off-season they're not with us, we've done what we could to kind of mobilize our staff to be able to be that face in the community. And so we have monthly staff days of service where we go out with the different nonprofits across Nashville and get our staff involved in our community. We have a staff of about 35 to 40 people. And I think that there are now 3 of us who are Nashville natives, and everyone else is from all over the country. And so when we get new staff members or people who just want to get more plugged in, we like to give them opportunities to get involved. And so in the off-season, we did a project with CARES Healthcare Hospice. And so we did just like little notes and things like that for them to give to their patients. And we also had a connection with one of the patients who has since passed away, but we'll be honoring him at a game with his daughter this season. So just trying to build those kind of community ties with groups. We did a service project with Martha O'Brien Center in their education center, and then we worked with the Habitat for Humanity Restore and went in and did a lot of heavy lifting, but always lots of fun to get people involved and for us to kind of really, we do most of that in the off season just because we have the time to do it. And we're really fortunate to have a staff full of people who are really ready and willing to help us out with that. We had a lot of equipment donations, thanks to Doug and our clubhouse staff. And so we were able to donate a bunch of equipment. You can see that photo, a lot of our old logo branded bags, all those bags are full of equipment. So there's catcher's equipment, helmets, and we donated a lot of that to Reviving Baseball in inner cities. And then some local high schools, East High School down the street on Main. We had some field improvements at Hillsborough High School, and so that has turned into kind of a partnership with them, and we're going to do a bigger field improvement with them in the off-season. So that school is under a lot of construction, and in the off-season, all of the other sports teams were practicing on their baseball field. And so we went out for a site visit at a couple of different schools, and that one just seemed like they had the most need. And so our grounds crew went and helped get their mound and things like that together before this season, and then in our off season in September, October, we'll go back for a bigger kind of field improvement there. And then we also have our pop-up baseball program, which we've done in the past, and I'll talk a little bit more about that, but we went with the kids at Bellevue YMCA, brought our staff, our mascot booster, and played a game of wiffle ball just to show kids you can play baseball anywhere. All you need is a bat and a ball. And this April alone has been a crazy month. I was just telling Allie, who also works with me in the foundation, that April has been like a whirlwind, and I feel like it's just like, it's been really long. But we've had a lot of different events. We did an Earth Day community cleanup where we went around the ballpark, the area around the ballpark. Our staff, you can see that photo up top, went around and just cleaned up litter in our neighborhood, in our neck of the woods in Germantown. April 12th, we had a paint night at Sips and Strokes, which acted as a fundraiser for our foundation. And so we had a silent auction, and we had some of our season ticket holders and fans come out and paint some baseball-centric pictures. On April 17th, we had pop-up baseball number 2. That was at Inglewood Elementary. I have a video for that. Let's hope it can work. We'll see, but that program is just a lot of fun, and I hope you get to see it. We also had a player visit at Monroe Carell Junior Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, and so we work with them every year. We take our players about 4 to 5 times a season, and that was our first one. And then on April 20th, we had our 2019 scholarship winners out to the game. 3 of them are pictured. One wasn't able to make it, but every year we award $10,000 in scholarships to high school seniors, local high school seniors going to college in the fall. And I think in that picture, 2 of them are going to UT, and then one is going to ETSU. So for the first time, I think almost all of the scholars are staying in our state, which is kind of cool. So what we have looking forward to, we are super excited with the rebrand, with everything that's happening in Nashville and with the team. We always want to look at what can we do to kind of maximize our efforts in the community and kind of hold true to that, like our roots. And so with that, we are doing a pop-up baseball program expansion. So in the past, we've done it with Buena Vista Elementary, which is about a mile away from the ballpark, and we work with them as a community partner. we are expanding the program, so we're doing 6 pop-up baseballs games this year. And for us, that just means we get our staff gets on board. We have a red team and a blue team. Each school that participates gets shirts for their team. So we'll have a red team, blue team, they get their t-shirts. We have our staff and our players serve as coaches, the umpire, the pitcher, and most of these kids have never played baseball a day in their lives. And so we bring out a wiffle ball set, and each school gets a wiffle ball set and those t-shirts, and we just play. We play a game, and kids are so receptive to learning things they don't understand, and so we have a lot of fun with that. Our staff really gets into it, and it just kind of holds true to trying to make sure that we're using baseball to impact our community.
Destiny, is that for elementary students or middle school?
3rd and 4th graders is what we've been doing. So the first one was during spring break. So we worked with the spring break program, like the day camp at Bellevue YMCA. And then this year, we went to Inglewood Elementary. In May, we'll be going to Whitsett Elementary, and Mayor Briley will be joining us, and that'll be our play ball, our MLB play ball event that we usually do at the ballpark, but it'll be a part of pop-up baseball this year. And then we'll also be going to Salvation Army with their summer camp, and then Bethlehem Center's summer camp, and then we'll end at Buena Vista where we started with them. So we're super excited about that. We'll be doing that through August. Our field restoration program, so we, thanks to Frank and Adam, we've been kind of granted the funds to be able to try to improve some youth fields here, which is something that we haven't been able to do in recent years. And so I mentioned the Hillsborough High School project. MILB has a new project this year called Project Refresh, powered by Echo Power Tools. And so they chose 15 teams out of the 160 teams. We were able to submit a local field. So we worked with RBI, Reviving Baseball in Inner Cities, to kind of figure out what field we wanted to submit for Nashville. And then we chose Seven Oaks Park. And we were selected. So out of 160 teams, we are one of those teams that will be given $2,000 through the partnership that will kind of match and do a field restoration with them. So we went out for a site visit last week. Our grounds crews are kind of on the ground helping us with all of that, since that's not my forte or my expertise, but we're super excited. Reviving Baseball in Inner Cities is a great program. It's kind of been revived over the past couple of years. Dr. Tony Majors has been kind of like at the forefront of helping us with that, but we're super excited about that. It'll be in May, May 16th, I believe it's a Thursday. Player involvement has been phenomenal. It's at an all-time high. We've had the players who are local, willing to help us out with the events that we had in the off-season, which never happens because we never really have local guys, so that's been great. And just the backing of the Rangers organization in general, even down to our manager, Jason Woods, who really want to be involved in this community and want to figure out ways that they can get involved. Zach Curtis already works a lot with JDRF here because he's a Hendersonville, Nashville native. And so we're super excited about what that will look like for us. We have an event this Friday with Sartoma Club of Nashville. So we do a clinic with kids who are hearing impaired every year. So that's this Friday, and we'll have guys sign up for that. And it has been no issue getting them to sign up. And with a 140-game season and knowing that they get 3 off days, and that they are willing to spend their mornings with us doing things like that, just speaks a lot to our clubhouse, and we're super excited. And then we have our jersey auctions that we do every year. So this year we will be auctioning off 3 jerseys, and so it's kind of unique to minor league baseball. We'll have 3 specialty jerseys with unique designs that our players will wear, and they're the only ones that are made, so that's the only way you can purchase them. And we partner with nonprofits. So we have Star Wars, which is our first one coming up, May 31st and June 1st. So we'll have a unique Star Wars jersey benefiting Make-A-Wish, Middle Tennessee. Paradise at the Park with Strategic Hospitality, and it'll be benefiting Room in the Inn. And then our Woodstock jersey auction will benefit the Nashville Sounds Foundation. So we're really excited about that. And I am going to attempt to show you the pop-up baseball video. Maybe it'll work better than the first one. And then I'll open it up for if you guys have any questions for me. So that's just a little snippet of pop-up baseball. And I grew up in Nashville, born and raised, never went to a Sounds game until I worked here, which is a rarity, most people have. But baseball here, we kind of have the break in between kind of middle school aged kids who just aren't able to play because middle schools don't have teams. Nashville's kind of field poor, so there aren't a bunch of playable fields with lights where kids can play once it gets dark. And so pop-up baseball is really important to me because it just teaches those skills and just being able to talk about baseball in an educated way, which I don't think I could do before I started working for the Sounds. They took a chance on me anyway, so I really appreciate them. And now, if you guys have any questions.
So I have a question on the scholarships. So you give 3 annually?
We get 4.
4. What's the criteria and where do you get the pool of applicants? How do children know about them?
So we contact all of our school counselors and principals. So we'll send out the application. We do a press release to announce the scholarship around November, and then application deadline is in February. So this year we had over 130 applicants, which is the most that we've had to date. Students have to submit their transcript. They have to write a 2 to 3 page essay on a specific prompt that changes each year. And then they have to provide 2 letters of recommendation from a teacher or a coach. You don't have to play baseball or softball or any sport. They just have to be going to college in the fall to a 4-year institution. And this is our 4th year awarded those.
So is it Metro or is it Middle Tennessee?
Middle Tennessee. Any other questions?
Yeah, I've got a question. On the Seven Oaks Park, that was a field restoration?
We haven't did it yet. So RBI, Reviving Baseball in the Inner Cities, uses that field. And so they had already been asking us about potential fields that we could help renovate, things that they needed. So we sat down with them and they sent us a bunch of different fields. So they sent Cane Ridge, Seven Oaks, Pearl Cone, and we just went amongst ourselves, decided which field had the most need. And the Seven Oaks Park field had the most need for what we were doing it for youth baseball, youth sports in general.
Do these other parks, do they send you a request?
No, so this came directly through RBI. So RBI is kind of our middleman that talks to the parks and that's who they've played with the past 2 years. And those fields have lights too, which make them a lot more accessible and usable for them. And they eventually want to get to a place where they can host larger RBI tournaments here. And so hopefully this can kind of help towards getting that goal accomplished. All right, thank you, y'all.
Thank you, Destiny.
Thank you.
Good morning, Doug Scopel with the Nashville Sounds, Vice President of Operations. Good to see you guys here again. Just going to go over a few things about the team, as Adam mentioned, and then talk about some of the events that we've already hosted this year, and then what we have coming up throughout the rest of the year. Adam hit on the team a little bit. First year is Texas Rangers. The Rangers are in rebuilding mode, which means at the major league level, they had some older players. They're trying to become younger and get better. They're opening a new ballpark next year, so whenever you open a new ballpark at the big league level, you want to make a big impact. So this is kind of a transition year for them. What that typically means for minor leagues, especially AAA, is you have a lot of movement between the major league team and the minor league team. Our roster is 25 players throughout the year. We're, 2-3 weeks into the season at this point. We have already sent 6 guys to the big league, so a quarter of our roster is already gone. So to address the issue of, it's tough on our coaching staff because they have to manage players as they come up and down, but their lineup changes just about every day. We've had, I think, 28 transactions, so more than 1 a day already in this season. A lot of that is due to injury need at the major league level. Somebody gets hurt, they're going to call up from our depth. It could be performance related where our guys are doing well, their guys aren't, so they're going to switch those guys out. So that's typical. I think last year we had 144 transactions, and I feel like every year as baseball goes on, there's more and more movement just because they want to do as well as they can at the major league level. So hope that maybe addresses some of your question. Adam mentioned we have a couple local guys. Tim Dillard, who he mentioned is a wonderful social media follow. He's kind of he's a pitcher, but he's also a great marketing asset, not only for the Sounds, but for the game of baseball in general. If you guys have, he puts out a video or something just about every day. If you get a minute and want to follow him on Twitter, the stuff that he puts together with his teammates, and you'll see Booster, you'll probably see a lot of our front office staff involved with him this year. It's really cool and exciting to see. And then Zach Curtis, having a kid that grew up here and comes to play for the Sounds, that rarely happens for us, just the way baseball works. We can't pick our players, they're assigned to us, but to have somebody that grew up here and went to high school here and college here and now gets to play here, and bring all his friends and family out, that's always exciting for us to have. Our manager, I wanted to touch on this, Jason Wood, who Destiny mentioned. He's a former Sounds player, so that's another rarity. This is only the second time in 42 years of the Sounds where we've had a former Sounds player come back and manage the team. He played here in 2000, 2001, and now he's our new manager. So it's exciting for him. It's been good to talk to him. Obviously, he played back in the Greer Stadium days, which is a much different era of Nashville Sounds baseball, but he's excited to be back in Nashville, and he's already been a great asset to our community. We look forward to having him be kind of the face of the franchise out there for us. He's done a great job. Few things. These are the uniforms Adam mentioned. We saw in the video earlier, but just a still of them. We've got 4 new uniforms. There's a home white with the Nash on it, the road gray, the red alternate with Sounds, and the navy alternate. Players have loved these things so far. You saw a bunch of the fans talk about them, but it's always exciting for us. We put a lot of time and effort into putting together new themes and branding, but then when the players come in and put the stuff on and are really proud to wear it, not only because we're representing Nashville, because the look of it, that makes it even more fulfilling for all of us. And then this is just a shot of Rangers outfielder Hunter Pence, who's probably their most decorated name that most people know. He's a World Series winner from earlier in his career at our game, and he was a great steward. A lot of the Rangers guys spent a good amount of time signing for kids, and as Adam mentioned, the weather wasn't ideal on that day. We fought through a rain delay, but the players did the best they could to make it worthwhile for the fans, which was, that's all we can ask for in those situations, is we try to continue to grow the baseball in Nashville. Some past events that we've had this year. We started up in February, and you'll hear a little more from James shortly on Nashville Soccer Club, but our first event was February 22nd. As we've done the last several years, we hosted 2 Vanderbilt baseball games here, and at the time, they're still top 10, but they were the #1 ranked team when they played here. They played Belmont and Lipscomb. Those are always fun rivalries. We have the Rangers Sounds game that Adam talked about. We host an annual Meet the Team dinner for season ticket members and sponsors. We host that right here in the club lounge during the first week when the team reports to town. That's always a fun event. Opening day was April 4th, so we're 3-4 weeks away from that. And then this weekend, we talked about the marathon earlier, but one of the cool perks of marathon in Nashville, they run through the ballpark, run around the warning track, get their picture up on the scoreboard. We don't have any pictures of that yet, but that's always a fun part of that marathon, another way to help make it unique in Nashville. Some upcoming things we talked about between soccer and baseball. We've got almost 90 events. We're hosting a couple of brew festivals here at the ballpark. I put up the MLB Umpire Clinic. Unfortunately, Chuck isn't here today, but he deserves a lot of credit. He's a wonderful steward for the game of baseball, and we're in our 5th season at this ballpark. Since it opened, he's been pushing his friends at Major League Baseball to host as many events here as they can. Major League Baseball hosts 2 clinics a year, one at a major league park and one at a minor league park, and they've selected Nashville. So just we've been talking all meeting about how big events that come to Nashville. This isn't a huge event in any stretch, but the fact that of the 160 minor league teams, minor league baseball picked us. What they do is they bring in a bunch of former umpires, a couple current supervisors, and they invite, it's a free clinic, any umpires that are in the area, they can drive from whatever state they want to come from, and it's free. Way for guys to get better at their trade, people that are current umpires that just want to be a better high school ump, or if it's somebody that's a young kid that thinks maybe I want to be a major league umpire someday, a way to kind of get some feedback from them. So we're hosting that on the morning of a game day here at the ballpark, which will be a fun, unique event that we don't get to do too often. And lastly, the Glow Lights Festival Adam mentioned earlier. I've got a slide here. So this is an event that we're partnering with another company on. It'll start right around Thanksgiving and go through the end of the year. They'll have over, I think, 4 million, 5 million lights or something, a bunch of structures. They did a small photo shoot not too long ago. There will be an ice skating rink on the field. There's going to be a snow tubing thing. There's a visit with Santa, all kind of winter-themed stuff. You can walk in. It'll be open every night. The feature of it will be a 100-foot-plus tall Christmas tree in the middle of the infield. And as Adam said, there was one in Seattle this year that was really successful. I think there's going to be more and more things like this popping up in baseball parks, so we're happy to be a part of that. They're announcing in July, so I think we host next time in August. So by then, we'll probably have some more stuff to show you. But we're excited to host it, and they're excited to have it here. So that's the recap for the event side for us. Any questions on any of that? Yes, Kim.
Will you talk a little bit about changing the field out to our USL team?
Sure.
And how that works? I think that's interesting. And how often it works?
I think there are going to be 8 total changeovers this year. So basically, we'll have 7 or 8 straight baseball games, and then the team will go on the road for 7 or 8 days. During that time, soccer will host 1 or 2 games. And so basically, the morning after we wrap up a homestand, there's a big field crew that comes in along in conjunction with our groundskeepers and, takes out the pitching mound, puts sod over basically all of our infield, and then they'll, get that in place in a day or 2, and then they'll host their games. And then as soon as their last game's over, same crew comes in, tears everything out, and gets it back ready for baseball. So it's a lot of work. I think last year we showed a time-lapse video. I can maybe bring that again next time if you guys want to see it for those that haven't. It's a lot of work, and we make it work.
I think it's just impressive how many different ways you're being innovative and using this facility for soccer and community events.
Yep.
It's just to be commended.
Yeah, and as Adam mentioned earlier, the goal this year we'll probably have way more people than we've ever had in here between all these events, and I think that's a goal. You hear all the facility partners talk about it. We're always busier and busier. I think it's a testament to Nashville just being a great spot for people to come and visit and enjoy fun events.
Hopefully we'll have some better weather coming up for you.
Hopefully.
No, it's
Mother Nature has not been on our side,
Yeah.
but oh well, that's part of playing baseball.
part of it. Any other questions for Doug?
So no other questions. I'm going to bring up James Cannon from Nashville Soccer Club, and he'll give you kind of a recap of what they're doing.
Thank you.
Well, we can't thank the organizations here in this room, both the Sounds, Metro Sports Authority, the Titans, for being so hospitable to us. We're excited to continue to build our team, and as a tenant here at the park, we've had a very exciting year. As you can see, this is an image from, we launched our MLS brand earlier on February 20th, and between the folks that we were able to fit into Marathon Music Works, our TV partner in Sinclair Broadcasting, we had over 50,000 people tune in or attend. In the building, there was about 1,500. So we love the support that we see from the fans, the support that we get from Adam, Doug, Frank Ward, and the Sounds, and Steve Underwood and the Titans organization. So we're excited to be here and continue to grow. This year, along with launching our brand, something that if you haven't heard us talking about it, we're going to talk about, or as we were talking about the core values on which we're going to build the team and the soccer community. We take the moniker of being the global game seriously, and we want to appeal to everybody. So as you look at that, we're building a club based on ambition, authenticity. Something that we really feel a lot here in Nashville is just the authentic local Nashville vibe, community, creativity, inclusivity, and integrity. So that's been something that, along with launching our brand, we're wanting to live up to and do more than just words and bring to life in our actions, and how we're building the fan base, our front office staff, and how we're getting our organization out into the community. We also showed some nice shiny pictures of what Ron and the team over there is working on, of what we can anticipate the future stadium to look like. As much as we love being everybody's tenant, we don't intend to bother y'all too long. But we are sure grateful for the hospitality. So we look forward to seeing this project continue to progress. But to matters at hand, as Doug mentioned, we're very excited about the 16 games that we have scheduled here this year. As you can see, we've already got 4 with results there. And the biggest adversary in all of these, as you guys have identified, was Mother Nature. We're looking forward to a start time with maybe 65 plus sunny weather. We think that'll be great for attendance. But we're grateful for the fans that we've continued to average an attendance of right around 6,500 coming out in spite of the weather. We anticipate that going up. We will announce very shortly a couple games will be played over at Nissan Stadium that we've pushed those games where last year we played them early on in our schedule. We've pushed those back. What we want to do is, since we will be playing over there for a couple of years, we're going to treat that as an MLS seating preview for our fans. Shh, don't tell them yet that's not public. Well, I guess we are sort of public. Here it comes, folks. So we'll be treating those out there as an opportunity. So we'll be announcing that shortly so that people can get a preview of where their seats would be for the years that we live at Nissan Stadium prior to making it over to the final venue over at the fairgrounds. So we're really excited about this year, the opportunity that we have to give fans a great experience here at this ballpark, looking forward and to the different activities that we can bring. So as we look to live those values and see how we can make soccer make a difference and be an agent for change in the community, there's been a couple opportunities this year that we wanted to share. An initiative that's been important to us has been autism is something that we've supported since I've been a part of the club for the last 3 seasons. And we took advantage this year to actually get the autistic community involved in the game, not just raise awareness for it, but there's a real gap from childhood autism to adults with autism, where they kind of fall into, there's not something set up for them. So we partnered with an organization on the Avenue who has worked proactively to employ folks living with autism who are really great individuals, very creative, and incorporate them into our game day production. So what you'll see is that our team worked with one of their designers to digitize a cartoon that he made of one of our marquee images as a team. We made that available on shirts that the sales of which went back to benefit that artist individually and this organization that's working to employ folks with autism and intellectual disabilities. We also worked with a couple of individuals that they have in this organization that do a routine podcast and are personalities on air, and so we incorporated them into our day of game broadcast to get them a little bit of experience and exposure for the cause. So we'll share this with you here.
Mentioned it's Autism Awareness Night here at First Tennessee Park, and I do have a very special guest who I think we're becoming fast friends. It's Matt Sternberg. He works with On the Avenue, a program founded by Tom Woodard that helps adults with autism get a chance in the workplace. Who's your favorite player on the Nashville SC squad?
Lebo. I really love Lebo because we both have big hearts. We both want to make change in our communities. He wants to make change in where he comes from, and I want to make change in autism and other people with disabilities, and that's something we both share.
Do you want to do my job for a second and take us to break?
We'll be right back with more pre-game coverage.
Amazing. You nailed it.
So that was a really great initiative that we were able to make available to that group. Another group that we've been working with is in partnership with Tennessee State Soccer Association. We believe that as the global game, we can make an impact on underserved and impoverished areas of the community. So with them, street soccer is kind of funny. It's a thing here in the States where it's referred to as street soccer. Everywhere else in the world, it's just referred to as kind of soccer because that's how you play it, is where you can find a place to do it. So we've taken street soccer and we've looked to identify schools in underserved communities that are looking for programming, and we take our players in for an afternoon and we teach them the values that we've based our organization on, the discipline of training, and we get them involved with a little bit of soccer, and everybody leaves with something authentic from the team. They get to meet a professional soccer player, and the smiles pretty much tell the story.
So basically, we came out to Croft Middle School today, and we impacted the community. We definitely played a little 3-on-3 with them, learned some skills of our own, obviously from Darren with us. It was a blast. sure these guys can say, giving back to these kids, seeing the smiles on their faces is huge in our hearts. You know, bringing the soccer community along with us is great. So that's what we're trying to do. To be a professional and kids can see that they can come out and play with you, it kind of helps their dreams. You know, whatever it is, it's just you can make it.
Every time it's just such a blast. And the kids' faces, like Darnell said, like this is the best part about being a pro, being able to give back and inspire the next generation so that they can go on and follow their dreams. And if they have someone who's able to inspire them and we're those people, we're blessed to do it. So.
The name of the program is aptly named Impact. It's something that we'll continue to do in partnership with Tennessee State Soccer Association. So if any of you are aware of schools that might be somebody we ought to consider for a recipient of beneficiary for this type of a program, we're looking to get out and do as many of those events as we possibly can.
So what's the qualification criteria on that?
You know what, it's a matter of player availability. We try to book those out as we try to keep them within a radius that's travelable during the season. The players have a pretty strict training regimen and routine. So anything really, I'd say Murfreesboro to Clarksville, we've looked for opportunities to fit it into our schedule and get out there. Really, we need a champion on the other side that can help make that connection to the institution and then help us get the scheduling down. And once we've got that, it's a matter of just putting it all together. Last one we'll share today is Special Olympics, another something that we've been excited to. Special Olympics, as we move to MLS, there's a program for the unified game where MLS teams and the Special Olympics create a unified team and they compete together. And so as we lead up to that, we worked this year with Adam Germick, and the CEO of Special Olympics of Tennessee. They wanted to start a soccer program. So they went out on their own, put together the infrastructure, and were able to attract 40 participants. About half of them are between the age of 8-year-old and teens. The other half are adults. And so you can imagine putting together any sporting environment where the level of physical development is that diversified. We've had a great time working with these 40 individuals for a 5-week program that began first week in April. It'll culminate tomorrow at the finale. And we've been able to take our players out there, be part of that, and again, make sure that each participant is rewarded with something authentic from the team, as well as tickets to come out and see a game. So this is a little bit of what we've done here with Special Olympics. Another great initiative that hopefully comes to fruition, you know, Doug will make sure that he reminds me of the asterisk we've put on it, but jointly we're working to hopefully host with one of the largest Hispanic soccer leagues in order to do some integration with that group. We're working out the possibility for them to maybe play their championship from their season. They do, anybody familiar with Spanish soccer, you have the initial part of the season is the apertura, and the end of it's the clausura. So they're already playing in the apertura of their league, which is the spring side of the ball game. And then on August 10th, if the weather cooperates, it'd be an opportunity for us to host their championship game and bring that out. They typically play out on, I think we know them as the Dell Fields out there by Donaldson Pike, but to bring them in here. So we're really excited about that, the openness with which the Sounds organization received the idea, and we're working through to hopefully make that another event similar to their, I forgot the Spanish term for the little guitar. Yeah, Vuela. So anyway, we're really grateful for all that, and that's our update. Any questions?
Thank you, James. We appreciate you closing us out with that informative and inspiring presentation. You know, it just, throughout today's agenda, it seems we're reminded the collaboration between Nissan Stadium, Bridgestone Arena, and here at First Tennessee Park. And clearly, that collaboration continues to pay dividends. So thank you all for participating today and for all that you do for our community. It's truly very impressive. I think our next board meeting is scheduled for May 16th. We'll be back to our regular, is that the third Thursday? Third Thursday of the month. We appreciate everyone accommodating their schedule today to meet, and we will see you next time. If there are no further business, we will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information about this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.